Writing good titles and descriptions can be the difference between your products making no sales or hundreds of sales. Maybe you've been doing print on demand for a while now and you have really great designs in really great niches, but you're still not getting any sales. Well, it might just come down to your descriptions and title. Knowing how to write a good description and good title for your product on Merch by Amazon can be one of the biggest barriers between your business succeeding and failing. But once you figure out the exact formula for how to do this, you are going to be able to repeat this process time and time again. Keep watching to see my exact formula for finding and writing amazing titles and descriptions that make me sales every single day. I'm Hannah, and on this channel I share about making passive income, building wealth, and scaling your print on demand business. If that's something you're interested in, I would love it if you would give this video a like and subscribe down below. It really helps out my channel. In Merch by Amazon, in your descriptions, every single word is valuable real estate, and you don't want to waste a single precious character on something that is not going to add value to your product. When you are uploading a new product to Merch by Amazon, there are 3 areas that you need to be focusing all your energy on optimizing. That's your 256 character bullet points and your title. While they are not as important, brand and description also matter too. So make sure you're sticking around to the end of the video where I'm going to show you what I put in those as well. But before we can even worry about writing a good title and description, you need to make sure that you have a profitable niche. If you're struggling to do this, I have an amazing video right here where I talk about my tricks to find profitable niches every single day. For my example today, I'm going to be working with the niche Oncology Nurse. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, I'm using the Canva Pro membership to create almost all of my t-shirt designs. That's what I used to create this really cute Oncology Nurse design. Right now I'm on Canva, which is one of my favorite sites to use if you're a print-on-demand seller. It has so many graphics that you can use, and it just makes the process so much easier to create designs. But I just quickly put together this Oncology Nurse Squad shirt that I'm going to be using today. Now that we have a great niche and great artwork, it's time to move on to the title writing and description process. For your title, you only have 60 characters, but this is arguably the most important part that is going to help rank your shirts. For pretty much all of my titles, the first part of that title is going to be dedicated to what actually is said on the shirt. So if it's a funny phrase, I'm going to put that first. Or even if it's just a graphic, I'm going to put a little description of what that graphic is. I think this is incredibly helpful for grabbing those buyers that are looking for the exact phrase or type of product that you have. So for my description, I'm starting with the words Oncology Squad because that's exactly what it says on my shirt. Now is where we're going to start adding some of those longer tail keywords that someone might be using to find this exact product, even if they don't know what the name exactly is going to be. A lot of times when people are searching for a product to buy, they are using a phrase like shirt for blank. So for this oncology nurse niche, I'm thinking that they're probably going to be using a phrase like funny shirt for oncology nurse, gift for oncology nurse. So I want to make sure that I'm putting in the phrase for oncology nurse somewhere in my title. Even though it might be tempting to try and capitalize on the exact keyword that people might be searching, which is shirt, Amazon has said that we are not supposed to put the word shirt in our description or title, and we probably shouldn't even put the word gift in our title either. But don't worry, depending on what product you put this design on, Amazon is going to add the keyword shirt or hoodie or bag at the end of the title for you. Now that I have the text of what my shirt actually says, and I have that keyword that I really want to target, I'm going to start adding in a couple other keywords that I think people might use or like. 2 that I gravitate towards a lot are the words funny or cute. I want to add one of these somewhere in my description to just go ahead and niche down what I'm already doing just a little bit. So instead of just the broad category oncology nurse, by putting funny oncology squad, I'm already niching down a little bit for someone searching for the phrase funny oncology nurse shirt. The last thing I like to add in my title is something that appeals to more of a generic, wider niche. So that would be the nursing niche in this oncology shirt case. I know a lot of people search the phrase nurse life or nurse life rocks on shirts, so I am going to tag that onto the end to try to capitalize on maybe some of the traffic that might be getting to. For example, if somebody is an oncology nurse, but they're just looking for a generic nurse shirt, it wouldn't be bad if they searched that and then an oncology shirt popped up and then I got a sale from that too. All right, so now I've taken that Canva artwork and went ahead and uploaded it on Merch by Amazon. So like I mentioned before, right at the beginning, I put Oncology Nurse Squad, which is what it says on my design. But I went back and I added the word funny, which looking back on this, I might actually change it to the word cute just because this is more of a cute design, but either one of those could work. Then for the rest of the title, I'm trying to target that shirt for oncology nurse keyword. So I put here for oncology nurse, and then I just had a little bit more space, so I wanted to get in on the broader nurse trend. So I put nurse life rocks, and that kind of reads as natural text, even though it sounds kind of funny, for oncology nurse life rocks. Well, that is kind of a mouthful and it sounds a little bit funny to say. This still has all of the different parts of text, so Amazon is not going to see it as keyword stuffing because we're actually writing a sentence that somewhat makes sense. With this title, I've used 58 of my 60 characters. If you have anything more than like 10 characters left over when you write your total title, you should probably add a little bit more to it because this title is so weighted and you just want to put as much valuable information in it as you can. I know some people still do this, but I never worry about putting words like men's, women's, kids in my title because Amazon, they add those words for you, and I haven't seen any difference in sales just leaving those out completely. Now that we've finished our title, it's time to move on to those bullet point descriptions that Amazon gives you. For Merch by Amazon products, I've seen so many people trying to write these bullet point descriptions like a store trying to sell something in a boutique. But the reality is, almost no one is reading these bullet point descriptions that you're putting on your product. But that doesn't mean we're going to keyword stuff these bullet points. We are still going to write something that is going to come off as natural text, but pack a big punch and get a lot of those valuable long tail keywords in there. An example of a bullet point description that I've seen that is literally doing nothing for your design is this. This is a very high quality, beautiful item that many people in your life would love to receive as a gift this year. I don't know if you realized, but that little sentence alone contained 116 characters, almost half of the entirety of one of those bullet points. But it literally told your customer or Amazon nothing about what this product is about. It didn't indicate what niche it was in. It didn't indicate other trends or words that could be associated with this design that you created. It literally told them nothing, and it took up so much of your valuable real estate. Not only is this not helping anyone find your product in search, it's also not giving Amazon anything to work with to be able to rank your shirt or present it in front of the right customers because they don't even know what it's about when they read this text. I always include two parts to my bullet point description. The first is targeting those long tail keywords that someone is going to be using to find your product. And the second is to be adding lots of trending or popular phrases in that niche that aren't exactly what's on your shirt, but they're associated with it. And if someone looked up one of those phrases, they might stumble across your shirt and like it too because it's in the same general niche. An example of a more generic long tail keyword that I'm probably going to be targeting in a shirt like this is something like cute birthday gift for oncology nurse, or Christmas gift for oncology nurse. The way that I go about finding these popular and trending phrases that I know people are searching for and buying is actually just going to the broad category that I'm targeting, which in this case would probably be funny oncology nurse shirt. And I'm typing that directly into Amazon. Then I'm just going to do a little bit of scrolling and seeing what some of those top trending phrases are on a lot of the shirts that are selling well. I'll then try to incorporate a few of those into my design just in case someone is searching for that phrase and then they see my shirt in addition. So for any niche that I'm doing, I am going to look up something that is related to the broad niche in general. So for this shirt, I just looked up funny oncology nurse shirt, or you can even do something like a cute oncology nurse shirt. So then I'm just going to kind of take a look at what items are selling well for this niche. So you see this is a trend here. I love oncology nursing and maybe like 3 people. Let's see, what else do we have? Best oncology nurse ever, that's sponsored, but it still could be a good phrase. Oncology nurse squad, that's really similar to the one we're doing. Nurse infusion, I'm an oncology nurse, what's your superpower? That's another great one. not your average nurse. So you could do not your average oncology nurse. So a lot of those are just great phrases that we are going to want to try and incorporate in our bullet point description. So an example of how I might integrate some of those popular phrases into my description is something like best gift for oncology nurse boo-boo crew. I might also add something in there like I love oncology nursing and maybe like 3 people. I also could add something like this oncology nurse calls the shots because it's a great day to save lives. There were 2 trendy nursing phrases that I kind of integrated into one sentence that read like normal text. These bullet points are also a great opportunity to cross niche within this, like I've talked about in so many of my other videos. So taking oncology nurses plus Halloween, which is coming up pretty soon, I might write something like funny Halloween for oncology nurse. Make sure you're not adding keywords for something that isn't even remotely relevant to your design. So if your shirt clearly says something about pediatric nurses, I probably wouldn't be adding a lot of stuff about phlebotomy or an oncology nurse in that. You still are just trying to target someone who is actually looking to buy an oncology nurse shirt or just a general nurse shirt, but don't try and dive into every single niche. I see it often where someone will have something that says oncology nurse in it, but then in their description, it looks like they've made the same generic listing for all of their nursing designs. So in their description, it says something like for obstetrician nurses, for pediatric nurses, for student nurses, when this design is clearly only targeting oncology nurses. I went ahead and I did those bullet point descriptions, filling it in with natural text that's really loaded with a lot of those trends and keywords. So this first one says, funny gift for oncology nurse. I like oncology nursing and maybe like 3 people. My oncology nurse squad. Cute birthday gift for oncology nurse boo-boo crew. Nurses call the shots for best nurse ever. I'm an oncology nurse. What's your superpower? And then for my next one, I have best gift for oncology nurse who is one lucky nurse. This is not your average oncology nurse gift for aunt. Nurses call the shots. Best nursing gift for sister. I'm a mom and an oncology nurse. Nothing scares me. Best oncology nurse Christmas gift ideas. So as you can see there, it's not just saying like gift for oncology nurse, shirt for oncology nurse, tea for oncology nurse, funny oncology nurse. These are actually more like phrases, but I'm getting in there some of those trending niches within the oncology nurse niche so that if someone looks up one of those, hopefully my design, even though it's not the exact same, is going to show up and entice somebody. Now that we have an amazing title and amazing bullet points filled out, it's time to put the brand in the description on your product. It seems like these are not weighted so heavily in Amazon's algorithm, but it's still real estate that you can utilize, so I tried to take advantage of these 2 spots as well. For my brand, pretty much across the board, I am going to take as much of the title as I can and just repeat it down in the brand section. I don't like to make just one brand across the board for all of my products that I post on Amazon Merch, because if someone does click on that, they are literally getting to see every single one of your listings, and that's just ripe for someone to rip off your entire catalog. My description is pretty easy too. Pretty much all I do is I copy and paste both bullet points into the description, and that's it. Now that we have a really great design title and some bullet points that are full of great keywords, what we're going to do is go ahead and fill out the brand in the product description. I like to keep this super simple so I can just put all my attention into doing those bullets and titles, because that is where the bulk of your effort is going to pay off. So really what I do is I just copy as much of this title that I think is going to fit in the brand name, and I'm just going to paste that right there. And then same thing with these bullet points. I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it down in the description. I'm going to do the same with the second one. All right, so now we have this description is just made up of the 2 bullet points. I don't know how much Amazon takes the description into account. I don't think it's very much, but if it does weigh into your product's ranking whatsoever, it's nice to just be able to get some more of those same keywords in here. Maybe you have some great designs that have been sitting in your Amazon Merch account just collecting dust and not getting any sales. It's not too late to revive them. If you haven't been optimizing your title and bullet points up to this point, use some of these tips I just shared to continue to do that in the future and even go back on some of those past designs and revamp those bullet points. But the best description in the world is not going to make a difference if you're trying to target the wrong niches. If you're feeling stuck or just not knowing what to do next, watch this video next where I share 8 niches that are literally worth millions of dollars. I know that's going to help you guys out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.